Hello, I am here at the Roseville Branch Library. My name is Joey Carr. I am the Chief of Police here in Roseville, and I'm also a sergeant at the Crooksville Police Department. Um, just a quick introduction. I've been in law enforcement for 20 years, and I have got to deal with a lot of situations that involve senior citizens. Um, and I've been in their homes, and I've seen some of the safety issues that happen in a home. Um, and I think that making this video with the library is amazing. That maybe just something that we have to offer you guys may help you or a family member or a friend. Just because we need to be checking on our friends also. Um, so we have a few points I want to get through, and I want to kind of take my time and just make sure you understand it. The first thing that we need to maybe talk a little bit about is going to be the fact that we need to stay healthy, especially when we get in our older years. We need to make sure that we're doing things like keeping a good diet and exercise in our life, because our bones do get older, and we need to make sure that if we're going to live by ourselves, that we can take care of ourselves properly. So many people fall and get injured and break things because of the lack of health that's in their life. So if your parents are aging, or anybody in your family, it may be a good thing to talk to them about taking a walk at night, or maybe looking into insure or something that strengthens the bone. So you want to make sure you're talking about diet and exercise and staying active. That's one thing that you really need to make sure you're doing in life. Whether it be taking a walk with your family, or going to the mall, or whatever it is, just trying to have an active social life. And that also puts people in your life that will be there if something happens. Which brings us to the next point, is having a close group of people in your life. There's so many times the law enforcement or squads or fire show up to a house and somebody has been injured for several days, and nobody's checked on them because they don't have a close group. Sometimes when we get older in life, there's not family left. So you want to make sure that you're connecting with your neighbors and connecting with your senior citizens, and maybe know who your police department is. Maybe know who your fire and squad people are that will come and help you if you need it. Because even in small towns that are volunteer fire and EMS, if you call, they will come. They'll come from their house. They'll do whatever they can to help you. And the police also, if you're in a situation where you need help, call the police. They will come and help you. You want to make sure and this is something you should write down and maybe talk with your kids about. You want to make sure you have all the medication you need in your house. If something happens and you can't get out of your house for a couple of days, say a snowstorm comes, or your car's broke down, and you don't have a group of people coming over, you need to make sure that you have enough medication to get you through until that season is passed. Which is something you should talk to your doctor about. If you're running low on medications at the end of the month, make sure you're talking to your doctor and let them know you're struggling a little bit with that, and see what they can do to help you out. Make sure you have somebody that can pick your medicine up for you if you can't get out of your house. So if a brother or a sister or a cousin or whatever it may be, a child, a neighbor, just somebody that you can trust that's not going to take advantage of you, make sure you try to keep your medication stocked up. And I'm sorry, we're moving through these kind of quick, but we want to keep our homes in good shape. You want to make sure you don't have boards that are coming loose, and you want to make sure you don't have faulty wiring, or doorknobs that aren't working, or your water pipes are good. You want to make sure, because when we get older, sometimes that things are harder for us to get to, harder for us to do. So if you can stay on top of that, not only does that help you stay active because you're working in your home, but it'll save you in the long run. You don't want that board sticking up that you're going to trip on, or you don't want that broken tile that you're going to catch your walker on going through your kitchen. You don't want things like that. So keeping up on home maintenance is very important. And there's people that'll help you with that. Make sure you reach out. Some people can't afford a lot of extra stuff, but reach out to your community. Communities are amazing at actually getting out and helping people. Just again, be careful who you're allowing into your home also. With the maintenance, we want to make sure our doors and our window locks work properly. We want to make sure that when we leave the house, all the windows are locked, all the doors are locked. As a law enforcement officer, I can tell you senior citizens' homes are more apt to be broke into because there's less danger involved. So make sure your doors are working properly and the locks. If you don't feel safe with your lock, have somebody come in and put a deadbolt on. If your window locks aren't working properly, make sure you call somebody and have them do that. Have them fix your locks. One good thing that you should always do if you have the ability, is have somebody put a peephole in your front door. It really consists of drilling a hole and putting one in from Lowe's or Home Depot. But have that professionally done. That way, you're not hurting your door. But that'll give you the opportunity to look outside and see who's at your door before you open your door. We don't want you to be the target of a crime. So if you can do little things like that to help yourself, that'll go a long way. The emergency alert system for senior citizens and handicapped people is an amazing thing. So if you're getting to where you're falling, or you're having trouble getting out of bed, or maybe you have diabetes and your sugar sometimes controls what you got to do. It's always nice to have that alert system that you can press and get help to your house right away. And you want to make sure you're wearing that. I've been to several homes that have the emergency alert hanging on the corner of their bed as they've fallen in the living room and they can't get to it. So just be responsible as far as wearing that for your safety, for your livelihood, because that's scary when somebody's on the floor for a couple of days because their emergency alert's 12 feet from them and they can't get to it. So just try to be responsible and wear that, or have that on your chair, or have that hanging on wherever you're at the time. Just be safe with that. A lot of people nowadays, and I recommend everybody does nowadays, is get a home security system. Have somebody install it professionally though. That way it's going to work. Make sure that maybe even now, like the Ring doorbell system, that goes straight to your phone. You can actually talk to the people without answering the door through a little intercom system that brings. So the Ring is an amazing system. And you can look at that when you're not home. If you're at Walmart and somebody's messing around on your porch, that'll indicate to your cell phone. That way you're not coming home and walking into a dangerous situation. If you do come home and you notice something, please do not enter your residence. Call the police. Call your family. Call whoever you trust to come check that house. Make sure you're not walking into a dangerous situation. One good thing that people do, especially at night now, is they have amazing motion lights. Make sure you have them maybe on your garage door or your front porch, or if you enter your home from the rear, make sure there's one hanging in your back, because they light it up. You can see if anybody's standing there. Get one with a little bit of range on it, which it'll just make you feel better coming out of your car. One of the most important things that I think that we can talk about is having a support system. if you're not, get to know your mailman. If your mailman notices you haven't checked your mail in 2 days, have that conversation with them. Listen, if I haven't checked my mail, please call me or call the police or somebody to make sure I'm okay. Your neighbors, get to know your neighbors. If that's a possibility for you, just say, hey, could you please, if you notice newspapers stacking up, could you please come check on me? Or if you haven't seen me outside for a day or two, please come check up on me. Neighbors are amazing, but we got to reach out to them. If you don't ask, sometimes you don't get. One of the last things that I want to talk about is the safety inside your home, especially in your restrooms. We have so many senior citizens that fall in the bathroom because condensation gets onto the floor after a shower, or whether it's a hot day outside and you're using air conditioner, it may make condensation on your tiles. You want to make sure your bathroom's prepared for that, as in having safety bars installed into your home, that you can reach. I know there's a thing now that goes in your shower and you can push the button and it will alert emergency systems, as we talked about earlier. But bathroom safety is huge because a lot of bad things can happen in your bathroom. So if you feel that you want to watch on putting an abundance of rugs in there, something that you can get tripped up on, because if you fall in a bathroom, you're going to hit something. It's not an open space. And as we spoke earlier, if maybe you're not in the greatest shape, you may break something right away. And even if you are in good shape, you could break something right away. So just have somebody come in and install some handles for you. Just something that you can grab a hold of and try to maybe help yourself. And one of the last things that we talk about is maybe some people don't have a cell phone, but for the majority we do. Take that with you to the restroom. That might sound silly, but you may need that there. So take that with you. So there's a few safety tips here from the wonderful Roseville Library that we would like to get out to you. I would like to thank Joshua and Juanita for allowing me to come down here and do that, because they're amazing people and they care about you. So that's all we have for today. If you have any questions, get a hold of Joshua or Juanita here at the library and they can make contact with me and I can try to help you. So you have a wonderful day.